That's where
So, okay, right. I used to know the original butcher, but that was a long time ago. Yeah, I grew up on the foot of Mount Macedon. Beautiful part of the world,
gorgeous.
isn't it?
It absolutely is. Yep.
I used to train horses, so I was blessed that I'd be riding through the forest all the time.
Lovely.
So,
what an absolute special pleasure. Beautiful.
It is. It's a beautiful place. So I want to head back up that way. Obviously, we have to come to the city to family and work and all this business, as we do.
Beautiful. Yeah. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And Jonah, I see you are also out in the wilderness. Please tell me where you are.
I am, yeah. I'm very excited. Yeah, we have 2 people from Australia, and we found the time that's good because, like the 9 a.m. PST, I don't know when it is there, but it's probably like 2 a.m. for you or 4 a.m. or something like that.
No. It's gone midday.
It's good.
No. The other is another session they do, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning now.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can have you folks there, and I'm really excited to have both of you here, and
it's beautiful.
People from Australia. So I'm at Shasta again. I just got back here, and I know I've been on Shasta several times, even the last 2-3 weeks, and it's really incredible. And Rosanne shed a lot of light on why that is, this time, because last time, because I was noticing that as I would drive up, there was a specific point where I would just kind of feel uplifted, whatever, fatigue I had would kind of like clear away all of a sudden. And I was, wondering what that is. And it's something I experienced since the first time I was at Shasta several years ago, but because I didn't understand it, and understand why that was happening, I wasn't able to appreciate it and kind of wrap my head around it because I didn't know why. And what Joanne had mentioned is that there's kind of a dome around this area
like
that's sort of protecting it.
Beautiful.
And
so it brings people in, but it also keeps some people out.
It's a little bit like the Fae circle, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful energy, because obviously I'm Celtic descent, so I'm all about the Fae and fairies and cheeky pixies, I've got to put that one on Grand occasionally, cheeky pixies.
Beautiful. Lovely. So tell me more about Shasta and what's going on there, Jonah.
That's really, so there's a huge effect. So even if I'm, I could be like tired, a bit exhausted, I didn't sleep enough, headache, like whatever is going on, when I reach that particular spot, kind of driving up into here, I feel lifted up, and today was no exception. I went to bed super late, 2 a.m. We're camping out and all that, so the sleep isn't going to be, that amazing. You wake up early, all of that. So I was already, I was like a little bit, whatever, but I knew because I was like coming up here to Shasta that things are going to turn around, even though I was kind of coming in later in the day.
It was in the consciousness already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to be here, and there's several spots around Shasta that I've been going to. One of them is called this Black Butte, which feels like it could be a pyramid, and I'm going to see if I can rotate the camera a little bit because it's I don't know. All right, so in my view, I don't know if the picture is turning around, but I'm kind of pointed to it.
It's still for me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not showing the background. Let me just here. I'm going to show my.
It looks like a path.
Yeah, it looks like a path of trees.
Yeah.
Woods.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Now we've got it.
See it
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can I? All right. I'm not sure if I can zoom in, but basically in the distance, there's this black. It's it's potentially a pyramid. It has some of that shape, and I've been trying to get closer to it in the woods, and it's kind of facing Shasta, which is
interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
And this is the town of Shasta. Wow. It's kind of on one side of it. The maybe you call the front or the more common side. What I've been trying to do is get around the back where there are less people are. There's like almost no one on the back side. There aren't any like real roads even on that other side of it. So I've been trying to like go off road and get, further back there where no one is, but I feel I'm kind of pulled to that, that side of the mountain.
I bet there's a cave there for you. There's something there for you.
Yeah,
I'm really feeling that.
Yeah, channeling that. Yep.
Yeah, I'm really feeling that. There's a place that you ought to go into. And you've been talking a lot about caves lately. Yeah?
Yeah.
Come up in all sorts of discussions, not just with me, with Leo and stuff.
Exactly. Right. I think it's in the context, like, I felt the need to like go into a cave and like do some meditation.
Well, there's always those hidden messages, isn't there?
I was going to say, when something keeps coming through, follow the trail. Yeah.
I know, even local to us, lovely ladies. I don't know if you've ever been to Camel's Hump near Hanging Rock there.
Yeah.
But I've done abseiling in the caves there, and it was very, very ancient Aboriginal drawings, and I don't think the public know much about it now.
No, it's very quiet.
Very ancient.
Yeah. Everyone knows about Hanging Rock, and obviously there's the Aboriginal, sort of homage to them with a little museum-y thing. But
I actually do grounding ceremonies there. I go out there about every 3 or 4 months with a group, with my circle, and
please invite me.
Yes, you'll have to join my circle of friends, my love.
Okay.
Because I actually run a lot of groups. Yeah, I run a lot of events. Yeah.
Beautiful. Lovely. Okay. So tell me, Jonah, what's coming through for you? What's your dragon feeling? What's Jonah feeling?
I don't know when I'm personally been working through it. I'm sorry I have to bring it into here. I think in the future I'm gonna kind of develop and get a little more clear, again, and be able to bring through some of the higher energies. But I've personally been struggling with, not being able to claim my power and being continually kind of overridden in the context of relationships, not being able to like stand up for myself and have my needs met, and just keeping on getting run over. And that's taken a huge toll in many different aspects that I have to firstly kind of figure out how to sort out within myself. And I think what it is, it's like a fear of expression. It's like a fear of being able to sort of be who I am, and I guess thinking that people won't be okay with kind of my
that consciousness is blocking you too, obviously. You know what I mean? You got to really connect with the trust.
What consciousness?
No, it's like if you're conscious of, I'm not quite sure if I can overcome this. I'm not quite sure if I can get beyond this. It's like the lineal mind, if you keep putting that there, you sort of can block yourself a bit to that moving forward. Yeah.
Interesting.
So just being open to, I'm going to receive, and nothing's in my way, and I'm clearing all the energies all around me for it to come through, for that love, that abundance. I actually teach manifesting classes, so
oh wow.
Yeah, I gibber on that line a bit, but yeah, it's just having that relationship with yourself, obviously. And you're a beautiful man.
Totally.
It's happening. It's going to happen.
I think I have to, like kind of further sync was that point, because a lot of what you're saying, it's not quite sinking in. I'm not fully able to grasp the totality of that concept or link into it. And that might be part of the issue. There's still something that needs to be unlocked to fully kind of get my hands.
Yeah, we're the biggest blockers for ourselves, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it's just got to go in and trust yourself, trust your higher self.
Totally.
May I ask a favor, please? How about we, Elizabeth, you and I mute ourselves, and we don't. I believe what I'm getting the message is and I do it too. We're both talking back to Jonah, and I think Jonah just needs to speak. Do you mind?
Sorry. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So I think I need to kind of find my voice and stop second guessing myself. I mean, I have a tendency to be like, all right, I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm right, just because my mind kind of goes back and forth, and I know I am prone to errors, but as a result, I don't kind of stand my ground and stay with you know, what I think is right or what I need, and then yeah, and so it's you know, it's an issue, and I think what I thought kind of before about spirituality and the direction I was going in is more like you could purely meditate, and I think that, Joanne, that's what you're saying. Like I thought, you know, spirituality was about meditation, and what I'm starting to realize is that you kind of have to be full in all these aspects, and it's all kind of part of being spiritual to kind of master all of the basics. And there's some really big holes, you know, in that. And you know, one is like, you know, the physical body, the physical structure, and kind of building that up. And another is what I'm talking about now, which has really been you know, it's been a huge problem for years, but I'm only starting to more and more like realize what's been going on, and how I kind of just let myself get run over. You're welcome to join if you want. We're doing a meditation over here. Okay. Yeah. So.
Okay, may I bring in some light language for you, Jonah?
Please, please. I love that. Thank you.
My dragon, Melathusa, she's embracing with her beautiful, beautiful large wings, Yoyona. And she's telling me that Yona is a playful, loving, healing Andromedan light dragon. And Andromedans are a little shyer than others. So perhaps what you are feeling is the shyness of where it is that your soul has come from. And rather than fighting it, to surrender to it. So my dragon is saying, and my dragon, as you know, Melathusa was a nurse dragon who had to go to another realm when humans turned against us. And so, yeah, she's just saying, just surrender to that shyness that is naturally Andromedan, because it's so full of love and healing, and to be quiet is okay. There's so much peace and love in quietness, and that rather than fighting it, you can embrace that. So yeah, I'm just gonna follow through with what she's saying in her language, which is tahina hai tokolo koti tokama shohita kaita bean doke katita to more kato shinara baita koka Pienta kotita paroko ti maroro koti shalololo akitanamo enado akure karimararo ekure karamaro ekure karamaro. Oh, she holds you in her arms and she's sending you so much love. But surrender. Yeah.
Thank you. And that's so interesting that you picked up on that, because I've always been shy, and as maybe as shy as I am now, I was like 1,000 times more shy, you know, growing up, and even for the longest time. I would, yeah, I mean, I would, you know, in grade school, I would like barely talk to, you know, to anyone. So that's, yeah, that's very interesting that you found that.
Like I said, Andromedans are a quieter, very healing but quiet being. And so yeah, we all, because we're in this human form, we turn it into our words. And so you feel blocked, you feel like you can't speak, you feel whatever. And that's all it is. It's just this beautiful quietness that comes from them. Elizabeth, do you have anything that you can add to this? Because I'm feeling that you probably understand as well.
Well, I do follow light language. The lady I generally follow speaks a bit differently, but that's probably depending on her DNA and her starseed lineage, I would imagine. Because I feel very sort of Syrian. I'm more of an activator than a. I do healing work, but I feel more of I'm there to activate humanity. through, obviously workshops and that. But I do a meditation. I have a dragon called Sam. He's purple. He's beautiful. But I call upon him more for protecting my home, my space. I am getting that connected where I actually virtually see him when I pull up in the driveway, but I'm still working on that connection too, very much. But he's a guide for me. He's more of a guardian. But I think what you're saying too, it's with the shyness and all that. It's like it's beautiful to be sensitive. It's beautiful to be a sensitive person. And you know what, at the right time, divine timing, it all comes out when it needs to flow anyway. But it's a good quality too, I love that. Sometimes we need to listen more and speak less.
Yeah, but it's just about, for Jonah, it's about surrendering to that quietness, because it's not a block. It's actually,
no, it could be a learning lesson.
It's actually who Jonah, your dragon soul is. Your dragon soul is Andromedan, and Andromedans by nature they stand in the background. They watch, they listen, they hear, they heal,
they observe.
So you're actually standing in your essence, but you're fighting it. Does that make sense, Jonah?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and I think there's so many times, maybe because of American culture, generally, culture, it's like, you're kind of supposed to be a certain way. And,
oh my God, Americans allowed. Yes, everyone knows
it's like,
that.
you're supposed to get out there and be, the man and macho, like all of that stuff, like doing all of this. And yeah, like sometimes I'm kind of like out of my shoes trying to.
You should come here to Australia. You'd fit right in.
All that stuff. Yeah.
It is very different. I know when I travelled over there, I found men very different too. So,
but women, everyone is louder. Everyone is bigger and louder. Every time my husband and I see American children on television, we're like, where does this confidence come from? Like they walk on a stage and they sing. Like here, kids are like really shy and like I was hanging onto my daddy's leg. Do you know what I mean? Like, completely different culturally. Yeah. So I do think that, yes, you chose a difficult culture for a quiet being that likes to be in the background. So don't put that. That's a beautiful gift that you have.
Yeah,
you were given something they don't have.
No, it's
all about how you look at it.
But it's sometimes out of place, or it feels out of place, because I don't know, just in terms of what people do or how things work,
but you have to be true to your authentic self. And your authentic self is this beautiful being that heals without having to speak, that changes the energy in the room by thinking it and feeling it, so you're special. And I think you're trying to put yourself in the box of something else that you don't belong in.
Okay. So I guess I maybe find and accept the box that is the natural box.
Absolutely.
And maybe I haven't realized where that box is. I'm looking at all the other different boxes that I see out there.
Yeah. I told you I watched that session with you and Leo the other day, and I mean, you know how many comments I put in there.
Thank you.
I couldn't help it, because I was like, so what's all this macho talk? Like, what's all this,
do we even have to worry about the box? You know what I mean? It's get beyond the box.
But this whole, macho man body, build your body, go to the gym. I'm sorry. That's just.
Oh, wait. Okay, because I like took that to heart. Like I like started doing push-ups. Like I'm like starting the workout routine here. I like changed my diet. Like I'm ready to I ordered like running shoes. Like
oh my God.
Yeah. So
But it's egoic. Because you remember that it's egoic. Yeah.
Yeah. I teach actually a bit of Qigong and breath work and that, but it's not like a physical big workout. It's more connecting with your body's vibe, because obviously breath is very important, you know, but you don't have to do that big marathon. You can sit on the bed and do breath work and you're still going to activate yourself. You're still going to get that very similar
So in this
opportunity.
last conversation, my takeaway is like, we got to be Arnold Schwarzenegger here. I was going
No,
to read,
I think that's a very American
I read
deal.
like,
thing.
Pumping
No
Iron. I was going to start
deal.
rereading that. I was gonna, get these things, like that thing. So, so
No deal. No deal, Leo. Come on. No, you don't have to be that at all. And like I said, that is the egoic mind. Now, I understand that Leo channels Ra, and I respect that completely. And I understand what he's trying to say.
Okay.
But just because of the way that, and I don't mean this offensively, and I hate saying that because that means it is offensive, which is wrong. But yeah, that whole macho way of talking, that's what throws it. That's what throws it off balance, because realistically, and that's his earth body, right? That's his earth body translating what Ra is saying into American English, right? So what Ra was really saying, because I could feel it.
Oh, really?
What Ra was, yes, absolutely. So what Ra was really saying was, it is about balancing your body, like all parts of you. So your ethereal body, your auric body, your emotional body, your physical body, your spiritual, like balance each section, not just focusing on one section. So that's what Ra was trying to say, not go to the gym and get a gym beach bod.
I think exercise is good when you need to release. It's very good for releasing.
And it's great to
like
walk
if
in
I've done
nature.
if I've done a healing session, or I've done this, or I've done that, or you've just been busy, and like I've just come back from a week up at Mother Mountain in Giffin, and it was
beautiful. My brother lives there.
Oh, nice. Well, they just had all that rain.
Yeah.
And I was literally running around barefoot in the paddocks everywhere, rounding up cows. But it was still very healing in a sense too, But sometimes I've got to give myself that little retreat just to get a bit grounded, and clear. I had a lady, every time she do a Reiki session, she'd go for a jog afterwards, depending on the client, because you just have to lift that.
Remove the energy.
Remove the energy, So I find exercises works for me better in that way, but I'd rather calmly walk in outdoors barefoot and breathe than do a big physical workout, but that could be me.
And to dig into this more, so we're like, it's sort of like we're redefining and broadening the answer. So instead of the physical body, you're saying it's the etheric body, and maybe there's a couple other layers of the body. So
yes,
what